What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Garage Inc. right here on the Silent Radio Network on the Facebook side. What do we got? What are we doing? Well, I'm Diego, of course. We all know that. That's boring shit. Tonight, we got Sean and Ryan from Model Citizen. They are joining us. What is up, fellas? How you guys doing?
What's going on?
What's up? Everything's good.
Right. Finally, we got a nice break in the weather here. I don't know how it is for you guys, but it's been winter for 6 months here, so it's like we can wear tank tops now, and all the rain is gone, and it's fucking sunny out, and so it's good. It's good living now. So you guys are three-piece out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. We're playing the single right now, Crossing Over. We're playing on the Asylum Radio Network. If you've not downloaded the app, make sure you do so right now. It is the Live 365 app. It's free, because why would you want to pay for radio? Then you search the Asylum Radio Network, and there you have it. So, for anybody that doesn't know who your band is, first and foremost, they're missing out, as always. Secondly, just kind of let the world know who you guys are. Who is Model Citizen?
Yeah. Sean, are you pointing at me, Sean?
Go.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Would you consider us like a concept type of band, right, Sean, in a way? Somewhat.
Concept project.
Yeah.
Lot of years of other guys playing and coming together and really writing some good shit.
Yeah. End of story, right? That's all we need to say, really. Yeah. So it's a project. You know, a lot of people, I don't want to, I'm not knocking anybody, but they have like just a band. But this is it's like more than that. We have a lot of different things brewing. We have a lot of different pieces to the project. We have the band, obviously. We have the podcast, and we have some other things in the works. So it's not just one thing. But yeah, we are definitely alternative rock / metal / Peter Gabriel. I'm just kidding. Soundgarden. Yeah, some people said something, but I think when they went back and listened to it, they're like, "Oh wait, no, never mind. That was a mistake." But yeah, some of our stuff's pretty hard. I mean, some of our stuff is, I don't know. It's very emotional. It's powerful. If you read the lyrics, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of instruments going on. You know, Sean and Adam and Dave, those guys all do a phenomenal job on the instruments. There's a lot of synths going on. So, I mean, I think we put a lot of thought, and I know that a lot of people out there do the same. We put a lot of thought in, finding, patterns that, that click, and finding, I guess, gaps in the frequencies to ensure that, we're not leaving anything out. So if you listen to our music, you listen to one song and you're like, oh, wow, that was cool. Then you listen to it again. You're like, wait, I didn't hear that. And you listen to it again. You're like, wait, I didn't hear that. So we layer a lot of stuff. I mean, one of the tracks we sent to Sean Bevan, Sean Bevan, 9 Inch Nails, all that, So one of the tracks we sent to him, I think it had like 600 layers to it, 666 layers to be exact. And he sends me a message back, and he's like, "Oh my God, what is this?" Yeah. He made it rock. Trepidation. That was the one that had a ton of stuff on it. It's got a ton of layers. Yeah, I don't know. We're trying to outsmart the sound, and gives people something different to listen to. I know there's a lot of influences that we have. I mean, we have there's Nails in there, some Manson in there, some Zombie in there, and all the other stuff that these guys bring too. I mean, it's there's a lot of different things, a lot of different influences. But I told Sean and Adam, one thing that makes us really unique is that we didn't create this stuff by going back and listening to stuff and trying to mirror somebody else or do this or that. Everything we did was in a vacuum. I mean, we were nose down, working on the project. I guess when we first started Control Ultra Deplete, the debut album, we were just nose down. Everything, and most of the stuff that we were listening to was just our stuff. We were sitting there, passing it back and forth, making edits, this and that. So it was everything was in a vacuum. So what came out was, something that was super organic, entirely organic. We didn't bring anything from the outside in. Everything was done inside that system, and that's what you get. And it's cool.
and listening to all the music that I've heard from you guys, everything that Adam sent me, it's exactly how you describe it too. It's just right when you think you heard it, you got to go back and hear it again, and then you pick up something new, and then you hear it again and pick up something new, and I see where you're like, we're a little this mixed with that and a dash of this, and every bit of that you just hit on what you just did. So it's really unique. It's a very unique sound. So I mean, speaking of influences, like I don't care who goes first, but who were the musical influences growing up?
Oh, go ahead, Sean.
Oh, you want my input? Okay. Man, Skinny Puppy, Depeche Mode, 16 Volt, Kim Lab, Penal Colony, Ministry, Nine Inch Nails, Metallica, Anthrax, Judas Priest. Jesus Christ, man. I'll go back to BTO, CCR, Three Dog Night.
Yeah, they're all good, man. Yeah, every one of those.
Lots of really good music, coming up. My dad was a big classic rock guy, which that was his era of music. And I got really into metal and alternative, so Soundgarden, Mudhoney, Nirvana, all that stuff. Turned on industrial. It's like, oh shit, this is a new genre. So I got really, really highly into Ministry and KMFDM and Pigface and Pig, and Jesus, man, it just snowballs. So
yeah, all of those, all that, all of that, influence wise, all of those.
Yeah. That's a
really,
lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, if I don't know if I were to have to pick a few, probably most of those.
Yeah, you gotta just right in there with him.
Yeah.
Manson
was in there somewhere, but I mean,
what's the guilty pleasure out of all that? Like, what would you consider the guilty pleasure of, like, all the influences for one that not so much embarrassed? Because I mean, shit, if you like it, you like it. Like, there's some country tracks out there that I like. You know what I mean? Older.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm Motown, so my parents was like Motown, and so I'll listen to like Smokey Robinson and the Temptations, things like that. Some of that stuff.
Some of that sweet loving music.
When I'm not in hate mode, which is like
right
fraction of the time.
That's like one of the favorite questions to ask for me is the guilty pleasure, because it puts people on the spot. And then you get some of the musicians that are like, you can tell they're too cool for school, and they're like, no, Pantera, Death, and I'm like, but you like Britney though, dude?
Britney Spears all the way, Give me some Bieber, man. Justin Bieber. No, okay, no, I'm gonna go on the record, so it's not like that, everybody. Not like that.
Right on. For those of you guys that are joining in just now, I've got Sean and Ryan from Model Citizen joining us. You guys got me choked up right now.
Sorry, man.
I know single crossing over. When I Die, it's playing on the radio side of the Silent Radio Network. Make sure you download the app, the Live 365 app. It's free, because why do you want to pay for music? You don't. We're better anyways. And just search us, and there you have it. So because there is so many layers, I guess it would be a good way to put it, to your guys' music. What in the hell is the writing process for you guys? Like I can only imagine. And for this one, good thing we've got unlimited time, because it might need it.
The writing process is really crazy, because I would say in a given week, Ryan will come up with like maybe 2 or 3 little demos. Like, it just like has an idea, pops out something, throws out a little demo, and then we come in, we do a little bit of work on it, and then we go back. Ryan edits some of it. It's like, oh, I got another idea. How do you like this? Changes some jumps around. We'll get back in the studio. We start screwing around with shit. Man, we'll take a song run, and we'll dick around with it, put it on the shelf for like 3 or 4 weeks and not mess with it, and then come back to it and just put it all up again and start screwing with it. It gets crazy. It gets really crazy. So,
the volume is incredible. Like, we come up, but like for a while there was like 3-4 tracks a week. That's no joke, and that's like no break. It's like 3-4 tracks a week for like nearly a year. It was like is a ton. In fact, that's about accurate, right? Right, Sean? If you think about it, if you go back and look at our backlog, we just got stuff to work on, which makes it really cool because it's like I look at the guys and it's like what we're feeling tonight, or it's like let's look at this, let's look at that, or whatever. It's like we don't sit there and be like, oh, we have to finish this song. Let's get in there and do this one song. It's not like that. We have such a plush, full like backlog of songs that we can work on, and it's really made a really cool venture for us. It's really cut out a really cool thing. And like I guess the process in general, like when we're actually working on tracks, I'm not kidding. Like we'll pull up the analyzers on the different things and we'll actually find frequencies that don't have stuff. And then we'll start plugging stuff in there. We're like, oh yeah, this octave, whatever. It's like, and we'll do that. And then it's all obviously it's like a roller coaster. The song goes up and down or whatever. And it's like plugging stuff in and like we'll go back and plug more stuff in, take some things out. It's like it ends up being like this, like it's like a painting process. It's really cool. Really cool. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to be a kind of a loaded question, loaded answer because of just what you guys described in the beginning. It has to be a grind, but in a good way though. I mean, it's just the best shit always is though. I mean, you got to work hard towards the best stuff. So like, how long, like musically, what got you into it? Like, what got you into music, but all the way back that you can remember?
Hate. Just kidding.
Like, fuck this, I'm gonna write music.
Yeah, you're talking about like when I was a kid, like
yeah, from the beginning, from like the way back when first you can remember.
I think when you get you obviously like stuff when you're young, like 9, 10, 11, 12 years old or whatever, but then you start going through changes. Everybody goes through changes and you start getting emotional kind of thing, and you start thinking about life a little bit more, and you see some people like look at life and they're like, you know what, that's not right, and that's not right, and you start getting like rebellious, and sometimes you get angry and this and that. So there's different like genres out there that like play into those emotions, and you're like, yeah, you know what, I like that, you know what I mean? And then you start, and all that stuff that he was listening, it's like, yeah. I'd say that's kind of how it went. You really click and you kind of zone in on what you're listening to, and you're feeling the energy that's coming from it, and you're like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
I kind of never really I wasn't like a sports guy or anything like that, and my parents kept me active as a kid, but I did scouts and t-ball and all that crazy crap, but there was just something I wanted to do that was different from what everybody else was doing. I didn't want to be in football or baseball and all that stuff, so I kind of ventured into music. I love music. But, so getting in with groups of friends and, I picked up my first bass from a pawn shop when I was 13. And it's like, okay, we're going to learn to play this. Nobody else is playing bass. So, guitars for a dime a dozen. And I wanted to play drums, but my dad was like, hell no, you're not playing drums here at this house. And so, my parents forced me in band when I was a kid. And, high school, middle school shit, trumpet and whatnot. And I was like, nah, this is not cool. I'm not going to get anywhere playing trumpet. And I still wanted to play drums, but they're like, oh, you got to wait till high school to play drums and be on march line. I was like, nah, screw this. I'll just get a bass. But, yeah, so, music's always been a really big passion of mine. And, it's just been something that's deeply rooted, as long as I can remember, just being, I just really like, music. So, yeah.
Oh, one thing I don't think I ever told Sean. Maybe I did. So like it was probably right towards the end of high school. I got an electric guitar. It was like right towards the end of high school. Electric guitar. I got a Roland XP or X80 or something like that. XP8 or something similar around there. And then I started making some music, right? And then that's around the time it was like mp3.com was like kind of famous or whatever. It was kind of, I don't know if you guys remember that. It was a while ago. Yeah. So I started getting some stuff on there then, right? And it started like, I don't know, it wasn't like picking up crazy, but like, start getting hits and stuff from people and wanting to collaborate and everything. But then I got like responsible and, had to be like an adult. So I put it down for a while. And then I picked it up not too long ago when I was, I hit a low spot in my life before I met these guys. And Yeah, that's kind of where things kind of took off big time. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I found those guys on Craigslist, by the way. Not to say that they're Craigslist material. Well, I found Adam on Craigslist, and then like he knew Sean, and then he brought Sean along. I think Adam thought he was going to get like murdered and end up in my freezer.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if I'm going to die, but I mean, shit sounds cool, so we'll figure it out, you know.
I was like, you gotta meet this guy. Let me know when you're on your way home, dude. Like, because it could be something weird.
That's a real thing. And the Craigslist thing, that's real, like legit. That's how this happened, huh?
No, pretty
much. Legit. It's legit. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I was at work one day, and I was letting some guy listen to some of the stuff, and he's like, dude. He's like, I used to work at a record store. I know a lot about music, and he's like, I'm huge into Tool and all this stuff. And one of the songs that we have has some Tool like elements to it, Pain Refactored, and which most people don't even get to because it's like 20 songs into the CD. Way down there. They already got the other stuff on repeat. It's like, no, keep going. You know,
keep going.
Yeah. So, and anyway, he's like, you got to get some guys on this. I'm like, you got to get. He's like, get some live people on this. He's like, this stuff's gonna take off, and I'm like, really? You really think so? He's like, yeah. So then, I'm like, how do I do it? And he's like, you got to post here, post there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try it. And went through some folks. And Adam is where I landed on the guitar, and he's phenomenal. He brought Sean, and I was like, this guy better be good because I mean, this is Craigslist, and I mean, I could kill you. But so anyway, brought Sean. I was like, hell yes. It's like the rest is history from there, man. It's funny how people know people. Adam's brother is a drummer, and he's fucking awesome. It's like, yeah. You know what I mean? I couldn't have gotten luckier. I feel like I hit the musical talent jackpot.
Right.
Crazy.
Right. Oh yeah, it is great. It's crazy how that kind of worked out. Just from you say Craigslist, everybody's like, get the fuck out of here. And you're like, no, wait, let me show you.
At the front door. Yeah.
Everybody's gonna watch this and go on Craigslist now. Like, oh,
click. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
How you do it?
That's fucking awesome.
I was super professional on the post though. I think I probably sound like a dick. I'm like, it probably looked like it was all legalese and everything. I was like putting a professional spin on it. And some people were like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Adam was like reading it back to me, and he's like, I think this guy's really serious. He's like,
yeah.
I was like, hit him up.
Hit him up.
Adam's like, are you interested? I'm like, hey, if it's legitimate, let's rock and roll, man. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. You're just now joining us, tuned into Garage Inc. right here on the Silent Radio Network's Facebook page. Excuse me. Joining me today, Ryan and Sean from Model Citizen. Now, you can find literally everything they have online. And this is the unique thing with you guys and this band. So I got sent the link in the beginning. It's modelcitizen.com. You can see it scrolling down the bottom. You go to the website.
Anyway, Model Citizen. There's a reason, and I'll tell you in a minute. Go ahead.
Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, you want me to tell you the reason why it's Model Citizen? I want you to pitch the stuff first, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, so is it Model Citizen?
It is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, these are things. These are things that is important. ModelCitizen.com, which makes so much more sense. Now, excuse me, the website is so fucking interactive. Like, if you're going to go to this website, and I want you to carve out an hour at least, and that's just the music side alone. Carve out another hour and go explore the fucking podcast side of this, the Redmond podcast, right? Yeah. Take another hour and go look at the merch, the about, the everything, maybe even the actual Craigslist posting. I don't even know.
It might be there. You never know.
You never know.
You're all started.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about, like, first of all, send me the number who put the website together. I'm going to go ahead and put that into action here at the radio station. And then, so yeah, with the interactiveness of it, I mean, anybody that goes to it, they're gonna get sucked in for sure. So kind of how'd that all come about?
What, the website or the heroin that we did before? Or no, I'm just kidding. No, it's like, no, we don't do drugs. Well, we don't do drugs. I don't think. Do we do drugs, Sean? Not really. No, we're good. What?
You're good. Fine.
Yeah, no. No, I mean we just
I don't do the drugs anymore.
And that goes for my parole officer. Okay, I stopped. All right, I stopped. Yeah, no, I mean, I mean, I slapped all that stuff together, and yeah, that's what happens. I write software for a living, so I mean, well, kind of for a living, but so yeah, I kind of have an idea of what to do in there.
Yeah, that explains that every bit of it. That shit's legit.
And then the modal citizen part, right? So
Yeah.
that's interesting. So like, I can't remember exactly how it came about, but the whole idea behind it is the word modal is like a software term for like something that pops up on top and you have to deal with it before you move on. So everybody's seen like a modal window pop up and you try to click anywhere else and you can't do it, right? You can't do anything. You have to deal with that window first. And the whole modal part of it is like, where this energy, this force, that's something else that you have to deal with before you can actually move on. We want you to stop and look. We want you to like, understand what we're about, what we're doing. And there's a lot of mystery going on. And like you said, the podcast is fucking legit. I mean, we've had people in tears when they sit there and send us messages. I was crying. It's like, yeah, I know it's a thing, but it's cool because like there's actual lyrics from the music in the podcast. So like when you're listening to it, you're like, oh, he said it, it's like, oh yeah. So but the story is, I mean, it's continuing, it's going on, and we're going to release some here pretty soon, some more episodes, and yeah, it's legit,
Nice.
It's good storytelling.
It really is. It really is. I highly suggest that you go check it out. And that blew me away too with the whole podcast thing because I seen it, and then once again, much like the music, it kept going, and I was like, okay, all right, this is awesome.
Yep.
So I mean, overall, like, who would you guys want to open for? Like, let's just put the whole everything's open, everything's on the table. They say, blank sheet of paper, write the name down. We're gonna make it happen. Who would you guys, Modal Citizen, want to open for?
Sean, man, you want to take that one? That's a tough one. I'm going to tell you right now. We come out there and we lay down like Trepidation, Crossing Over, fucking Morgan. All those songs are just like explosive. So it's like we're kind of afraid because whoever comes after us is going to be. They're going to have to bring it, man. I'm serious. So
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not sure who we could open for. Like, who would have us?
Who would be that bold, right? Who the fuck would be that bold?
I don't know, man.
I'm ready to scare the shit out of people. I'm serious.
I mean, if I had the chance or the choice to open for, somebody that's national that's out there, I'd love to be able to open for like Gary Newman or possibly Nails or Shit Ministry.
Okay,
That'd be cool.
that would be badass.
Something in that genre. Yeah, that would be awesome as hell.
Yeah, wicked.
But
Whoever it is.
yeah,
They just didn't bring it after. I'm saying.
Right.
Else people are going to be going to our merch table and they're going to be going home and driving home listening to our shit. That's just how it's going to work. So
There you go. Hell yeah, dude. So with such a unique sound, and there's so many different sounds inside of that, who would you guys like? Who would you want to collab with?
Man, I'm serious. We run such a tight shop. Sean, what do you think, man? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So there are like there are some artists out there that we have already started collaborating with, but it's mostly for getting like female vocals on stuff. Do plan on getting some male vocals on there, some others, but it's going to be kind of tough because we do have a unique sound. And but what we have done and what's coming on the next album, which hopefully, not hopefully, it will be out before Halloween. There are some female vocals on there that are just standalone, going back and forth. There's some duets and stuff, and it's some pretty dark, heavy. Some of it's sad. But like other like bands, we're just we have such a strong presence. What do you think, Sean? You know what I'm saying? It's like we're like that. We're I don't know how to explain it. We have such a tight knit thing going on. It'd be tough, but I mean, sure, we'll figure something out, right?
yeah.
We have mixed and mastered some stuff for some folks. So like Null 404, we did some of their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a nephew who's Dr. Scourge, is that right? Scourge, whatever it is. Yeah, he's actually, it's more like dubstep type stuff. So we're considering adding some of that stuff to some of these new tracks that we have coming out. We might use it sparingly, I don't know. But I think we're looking for more stuff that'll like augment the sound. And it's kind of tough because we don't leave a lot of room in the frequencies, you know what I mean, to plug. We've already plugged shit in, you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, it's so muddy. We got to like dial it back, you know what I mean? So I don't know. That's a great question. Great question, Diego.
Talking about that this week. It was like, hold on. If I had this, I gotta turn this down.
Yeah, exactly.
Move this around. All right, shit, this is clipping. All right.
I'm over here looking at Adam. I'm like, dude, it's in there, but we've already plugged every frequency. He's like, so it's somewhere around 2,000 or something. Like, yeah, what's our? We got shit there already, man. It's like, it's all the way up. It's like, I don't know. We can't do that. So I don't know. So, yeah. We'll figure it out. We might have to get back to you on that one.
Hey, I mean, I'm here. We'll do it again. We'll make a whole new episode for sure. They could just be like, all right, got the answer. If you're just now tuned in, Modal Citizen, Sean and Ryan, go to the website, modelcitizen.com. We got the new single spinning crossing over when I die right here on the Asylum Radio Network. So now I got to pay my bills for just a hot second. If you're a band and you want to get your music played on the station, all you got to do is submit your music to Defiance at the asylumradionetwork.com, and she will take care of all that good shit. And then also the big breaking news that we broke yesterday, little Asylum Radio Network, the digital network, is now a syndicated show on FM right there in Knoxville, Tennessee. We are going to be on Sunday nights from 9 to 10 Eastern Standard Time on 106.1 VLZ out of Knoxville. Very excited about that. So if you're in the Knoxville area, tune us in. And that's just one FM station, many more to come. We will let you guys know as we get the okay on it. Also, we got the merch out. Thank you to Pipe Bomb Industries, our gracious sponsor here at the station. Hit them up, pipebombindustries.com. Click on the sponsored squad. Hit the Asylum tab. It's going to take you to all of our merch, including the new shit, the Straight Out of the Asylum merch, which is very popular. I got the hoodie. as you can see, we got the hoodie right here. It's got the Straight Out of the Asylum on the back. It's got the crazy monkey logo on the front. So yes, pipebombindustries.com to get the merch. I got a few more before I let you guys get out of here. So the $1 million question to anybody that does anything: if you didn't do the music thing, if you weren't musicians, what would you have been?
Mortician, probably.
Just I'm not shocked. But I'm not shocked though. I can see it though. You know?
I think I'd be doing what I'm doing now. Just be in the tech world. Tech field. So
yeah,
still be doing this, but I wouldn't be a ball player or anything like that.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm thankful that music saved me from medical school. You know what I mean? So I was applying to med school 2 years ago. So I'm a software architect. Well, software engineer / architect. But I was applying to med school, and then all this stuff happened in my divorce, and the hate went up like tenfold. So then this has been amazing. Love Sean, love Adam. Fucking great, man. This is been a bomb ass ride, man. I love it.
Good answers. Believe it or not, law school. I was gonna be a defense attorney.
Oh man.
Bro.
Yeah, he's like, bro.
Yeah, dodged all the curveballs there. So before I let you guys get out of here, what's next? Let everybody know what's next for Modal Citizen.
Jackal. Jackal playing live. So the next album that's coming out is Jackal. We have Sam. Is it Sam Sheeran? Is that his name?
Sam Sheeran.
So Sam Sheeran. Yeah, he's going to be doing the artwork. If you haven't checked him out, he's fucking amazing. I mean, he's got his own Wikipedia and shit. It says Sam. It's a SHEARON. Is that right? Is that how you spell his name?
Yeah.
Badass shit, man. He's done all kinds of album art for all kinds of folks out there.
There's some really cool shit on Instagram too. Does
check them out. Killer. So that, playing live, getting that next album out, more podcast stuff coming up, more surprises, Spirit Core Research Labs, if nobody's checked that out. So that's all part of it. So there's this Spirit Core Research Labs they're actually the ones that discover the Revenants, and the Revenants are obviously, band people, but that's what's coming through that's what's being transmitted on the podcast. So it's pretty wicked. So there's the actual website, spiritcore.com, spiritcoreresearchlabs.com. It's a thing. We're weaving this web. We had thought, or actually we had envisioned at the onset that we, based on the story and how everything's going, we kind of want this thing to be Hollywood, kind of like a story, some sort of like Netflix original or something like that, or an Amazon original. The story, the script and everything, we want that to kind of take off. And if it doesn't, we got so many other irons in the fire, obviously with the band, I mean, it's we can't lose. So this is what it is.
That's awesome. So besides the website, modelcitizen.com, where else can everybody find your music?
Oh, go ahead, Sean.
You got Spotify, iTunes, Google. Where else are we? Bandcamp.com. Definitely got plugged Bandcamp. We're there. You can search us on pretty much any major platform and find us. So
yeah, it's when we distribute it goes to nearly 200 and some platforms out there. So everywhere. Pretty much.
Yep, perfect.
Podcast, Podbean, you can use Apple Podcasts, you can use Spotify. It's on there for Revenant One, and in fact, that's my name on here, Revenant One. If you look at Revenant One on Spotify or Apple Podcast or any podcast, then you'll find that. And you want to start with Emotional Statelessness. That's the first episode, and just let it play.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, and also you can find the new single right here on the Asylum Radio Network, Crossing Over When I Die. Don't forget, download the app, the Live 365 free app. Search the Asylum Radio Network, and there it is, all the music you could ever want. Well, thank you guys very much for joining me tonight. It's been awesome. Yep. We'll have to do it again. And until next time, you guys, everybody stay chill. Take it easy.
Diego, you're awesome, man. Be good.
Appreciate it, guys. Stick around for just a second.
Yeah.